Welcome to the opening round of the 2019 NASCAR Pinty Series. We're at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park for the first of 13 events. Gary Clute, the Halton, Ontario's racer, in his number 59 Trailcon Dodge, smashed the track record in qualifying. Let's get rolling. The True North, strong and fast.
Welcome to the opening round of the 2019 NASCAR Pinty Series season. We're in Bowmanville, Ontario for the Clarington 200 at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. Hi, everyone. I'm Dave Bradley, along with Adam Ross, Todd Lewis, and Clinton Jeffrey, both trackside. Adam, the 2019 season is finally here.
Dave, that was a long winter. With race season upon us, that means warmer days are ahead. And the 29 NASCAR Pinty Series schedule is a mirror of 2018. We've got 13 races. 4 of them are on road or street courses, 9 of them on oval tracks.
It's a great variety of tracks this season, and with more on the 2019 season, let's send it down to Clinton Jeffrey.
Thanks, guys. The theme for this season is what's old is new again. 3 veterans return to the series this year, full-time. Mark Dilley will pilot the number 64 machine for his first full season in the last handful of years. Jason Hathaway will resume driver duties for the recently reworked Team 3 Orange, and 2017 champion Alex Labay is back with Dave Jacobs Racing to chase for another title.
And there is a good look at Riley Herbst. He's making a start here today in preparation for when the trucks come in the fall.
And let's go down trackside for today's command with Toronto Maple Leaf Travis Dermott.
Drivers, start your engines.
For the first time in 2019, we hear the field come to life here on the front straightaway at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. A beautiful day for racing. It's been a great weekend, all told, here at the track, and the fans have been piling in. We're
going to have some fantastic looks today. On board with Jason White in the number 21. A unique look at Andrew Ranger's Mopar number 27.
As the field rolls off, you can see them starting to stretch out. Let's take a look at this 2.4-mile, 10-turn road course that is Canadian Tire Motorsport Park.
And of course, Dave, turn 5 and turn 8 are popular passing zones, but lately we've seen a lot of moves made in turn 10, turn 3. Anywhere you can get a run, you've got to take the opportunity when it presents itself.
And that's the beauty of this series here on this track. Let's take a look at pole qualifying, and the E3 Sparkplug Pole Award went to that man, Gary Clute, a track record here in the 59.
And it's important to see where he's running. He was close enough to Alex Tagliani. He said after qualifying, he could really judge his braking points, drive a little bit deeper than Alex did, and it got him a fast time.
Let's take a look at the WeatherTech starting lineup. You have Clute and Lacroix making up row number 1, Tagliani and Marc-Antoine Cameron in row number 2.
Rounding out the top 5, Andrew Ranger. Alongside him will be Peter Clute, Gary's father. Back to row number 4, LP Dumoulin, defending series champion and champ the year before that, the 36 of Alex Labay.
Looking back to row number 5, a welcome back to Jason Hathaway in the 3, DJ Kennington in the 17. Anthony Simoni driving the 1 this year. He'll start alongside JF Dumoulin.
To row number 7, JF Labay is driving the number 91, and Jason White from Sun Peaks, British Columbia in the 21. There's Riley Herbst in the 28 Monster Energy car, and Simon Dion-Vienne in the 37.
Brett Taylor in the 46 for another year, and Mark Dilley, the familiar number 64. Donald Teague drives the 24, and he'll start alongside the 02 of TJ Rinamato.
Raymond Gay drives the number 20, Jocelyn Fecto in the 77, and rounding out the field from Oshawa, David Thorndike in the 67.
Solid field of NASCAR Pinty Series cars getting heat in their tires as we take a look at the E3 Sparkplug's race analysis. Adam?
51 laps is the distance. Everybody's going to come in for fuel during the race. They're probably going to pit for tires as well. With more on that, let's go to Todd Lewis trackside.
The talk in the garage area the last 2 days has been about tires. The new General tires in the NASCAR Pinty series. Everybody loves the speed, but they're not sure how they're going to react over the full length of a race. It may cause changes in strategy, teams stopping earlier or later than usual. It's all going to play out over the next 51 laps.
Well, because we live in Canada, the teams have had limited testing on these General tires, so it'll be interesting to see. Nobody's done really a long-distance run yet.
And curiously, the times from practice yesterday, Dave, were drastically slower than times from the practice day, the test session they did have 1 month ago. So it's strange. Nobody knows what they're really going to do. We're about to find out. It's go time in the NASCAR Pinty Series.
Field lining up 2 by 2, working their way out of turn number 9 into turn number 10. We're looking for the green flag for the first time in 2019. Robert Fifield from Castrol, Canada, green flag in hand, and let's get this season underway.
What a crowd on hand, 45,000 spectators plus here to watch 51 laps of NASCAR Pinty Series racing. A good clean start through turn 1. Gary Kloop with the advantage. Kevin Lacroix made sure he closed the door on Tagliani. He'll slot into second.
On board JF Dumoulin, side by side just ahead. The car's wiggling, tires still getting up to temperature. In through turn number 3 for the first time.
LP Dumoulin up on the rumble strips as he races alongside Alex Labay. He'll slide in front of the 36, but at the front, it's a 5-car breakaway.
Everybody working their way through turn 5 for the first time. Nobody willing to step out just yet. They'll head down the back chute. All nose to tail. We ride on board Andrew Ranger in the Mopar Dodge.
You can see the fiberglass hood buffeting a little bit in the wind, but does Andrew Ranger look calm or what behind the wheel?
That is his comfort place. He knows how to get around here at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. He's confident every time he gets behind the wheel of that Mopar number 27.
The field still right together as they work through turn number 10 to complete lap number 1. Looks like Gary Kloop gonna lead the way.
And you see Kevin Lacroix on the bumper-to-bumper number 74. He took a peek on the inside of the 59 of Gary Kloop. Look for the lead as Lacroix settles into second, but let's give a tip of the hat to the driver who is running just outside the top 5 in the legendary motor car number 42. The father of your race leader, Peter Kloop, is having a great outing so far.
You know, I spoke about Gary Kloop crediting Alex Tagliani for helping him with braking zones. He also has to credit his father, Peter Kloop, because up until the final group of qualifying, Peter Kloop was on the pole. Gary said, I was not going to let my father out-qualify me at this race.
Coming out of that second group qualifying for Peter Kloop, it really was a big jump for him to pass several of the other drivers who came out of that final group.
It's exciting anytime you get a new sponsor at the races, Dave, but Gary Kloop giving a good ride to TrailCon Leasing in that 59.
Clean pass there for the driver, the WeatherTech number 47, defending series champion LP Dumoulin, looking to become the first back-to-back champion of the series. Nobody's ever done that before.
Kevin Lacroix running in that second position, talking about back-to-back championships. Kevin Lacroix, one driver looking for his first title. Right behind him, another couple of drivers who are going to be championship contenders. Alex Tagliani in the 18, Marc-Antoine Camerand in the 22.
That's right on board Jason Hathaway making his return behind the wheel of the Kubota number 3. Hathaway just tucked up in behind Alex Labay in the 36.
And Jason Hathaway is one of those drivers who often won't go out and set the pace on a road course, Dave, but when the money and the points are on the line, he seems to find his way near the front.
That's a brand new car for the 3 team out of the Mike McCall shop as well. A good piece of equipment. A battle for second, and there's contact between the 18 of Tagliani and the 74 of Kevin Lacroix. That opens the door for the 22 of Marc-Antoine Cameron. Into the grass goes Kevin Lacroix.
It opened the door for Andrew Ranger as well. Lacroix tried to close it, but Ranger's nose was there. That could have been awful, Dave. That is a high-speed part of the racetrack where everyone is flat out on the throttle.
So Kevin Lacroix, now we've got a battle for second once again as Cameron takes a look up on the outside of turn number 8. That's not actually a bad move to make, because if you can stick it, you're in good passing position for turn 9, and now we have a pass in turn 10 as they complete it with a little contact.
Yeah, you could call it a pass. I would call it not the way the team owner wants you to race teammates. Marc-Antoine Cameron and Alex Tagliani, 2 teammates, and they just made heavy contact in turn number 10. Let's see if either of these drivers might have cut a tire.
And look who is the winner there, the 47 of LP Dumoulin. And you're right, looks like a tire down for the Rona EpiPen Chevrolet of Alex Tagliani. He's off the pace as the field going by. That's the exit of turn 2. It's a long way back to pit lane.
It's a long way around, and with a flat right rear tire, trying to make left-hand turns is nearly impossible. It's hard enough to turn right, but watch what this car is going to do when he gets to the left-hander turn 4.
You can see the general tire is flat and smoking on the number 18 Chevrolet as he tries to hang on to it. Tagliani is trying to keep the pace. He doesn't want to go a lap down, but he's also trying to keep control.
And there's still some rubber on that wheel, which surprises me. Let's look at this replay. Out of nowhere, Marc-Antoine Cameron makes an aggressive move. You can see it rip the left front fender off of Cameron.
There was a little hole there, but Marc-Antoine Cameron wasn't going to wait. He wanted to go right away. Caution flag is out. Full course caution for debris down the back straightaway. The debris is the tire from the 18 team.
With only 5 laps in the book, Tagliani's going to have to take his only right rear tire right now.
And just like that, Alex Tagliani's day gets a lot more stressful. They blew the right rear tire. It has totally shark bitten the right rear of the car. You can see the body all tore off. Not going to be too much of an issue here on the road course, but we'll have to see how it all holds together.
Clinton Jeffrey with the call on pit road, and wow, down the back straightaway, the rubber starts to come off the wheel, and so does half of the bodywork on Tagliani's number 18.
Yeah, the fiberglass didn't stand a chance. There's the damage on the 22. We'll take a quick break. We'll return to Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. The opening round of the 2019 NASCAR Pinty Series from Canadian Tire Motorsport Park is brought to you by Pinty's, making great food fun. Mopar, we built it, we know it. And by WeatherTech, the ultimate interior protection for your vehicle.
Dave getting set for the first restart of the day. Gary Clute on the inside, LP Dumoulin on the outside, and that WeatherTech number 47. They get up to speed. It looks like a great start for Clute and for Kevin Lacroix, who is right behind him.
Kevin Lacroix and LP Dumoulin, so Lacroix is going to take over second spot. Dumoulin got caught up on the outside. But Dumoulin, we should mention, in that incident between the 18 and 22, he picked up a couple of spots just by sneaking through.
I had an ironic conversation with Andrew Ranger today. He was talking about his chances in the race. He says, you know, I think I'm just going to try to run with the pack, not do anything crazy, and let them sort it out at the front and wait until late in the race. I said, Andrew, you realize that you were one of the drivers who would have been sorting it out in previous years. And he kind of laughed it off, but he realizes, you know, a lot of maturing has taken place since his 2007 run for the NASCAR Championship.
There's a good look at the number 21 of Jason White, looking to become the first driver from Western Canada to reach 100 starts. Great looking car this year as well. All the lightning bolts. I said, Jason, what's the inspiration for this? He said, they used to call me White Lightning back in the day, so he said, we thought we might bring it back.
And he's had a busy spring. He raced in Daytona in the ARCA Series. He's got some truck races under his belt. He's got a pretty busy schedule. A lot of frequent flyer miles going to be racked up again this year by Jason White.
Going to be running part-time in the NASCAR Pinty Series here in 2019. There you see the field working through turn 10. Here's heading towards turn number 1.
We wondered what the fall-off was going to be like with these tires. Some speculated it might even be as much as 3 to 4 seconds a lap as they get into their run. Now remember, the tires these drivers are on are the same tires they used for qualifying yesterday. So the new was already wore off of them before the race even started. The big question now is, when do you come in for fresh tires? Andrew Ranger changed the strategy entirely last season with his run in this spring race.
Yeah, he waited until the last possible moment. He got tires and tore his way up through the field. Here's a look for the lead, though. Kevin Lacroix puts the bumper to Gary Clute. Clute out of the way, and into the lead goes the 74.
Speaking of maturing as a driver, as LP Dumoulin has a choice to make, inside or outside. He's going to go inside with Lacroix. That was a mature bump and run by the driver of the 74.
Look at that draft down the Andretti straightaway. Dumoulin's WeatherTech Dodge sucked up to the back bumper of the bumper-to-bumper number 74.
Down through turn 8, into turn 9 and 10. Kevin Lacroix, I mean, he just loves leading races. If he's in the race, he wants to be out front. What a move by Anthony Simoni. And that Silverline Tools number 1 to the inside of Jason Hathaway gives Simoni the 7th position.
Brand new sponsor, brand new team for the driver of the 1. Silverline Tools coming on board. Anthony Simoni jumping over to CBRT here in 2019.
And CBRT, of course, getting cars repaired by White Motorsports. Dave White has been a busy, busy man here this weekend. If I counted right, it's 6 cars that he's been looking after at the races here this weekend, Dave.
We should mention, too, that number 1 has the Mopar M1 engine in it, so Mopar power under there as well. It's a battle for 16th spot as we see Mark Dilley in the 64 battling with the 22 on Marc-Antoine Cameron. Dilley's going to make a run at the full season here in the 2019 campaign.
Mark Dilley with his throwback number 64. You're watching the NASCAR Pinty Series on TSN.
Welcome back to the NASCAR Pinty Series on TSN. LP Dumoulin chasing Kevin Lacroix. They lead the pack here at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park.
Kevin Lacroix's car all sorts of loose there through turn 4, but Dave, as we know, loose is fast, and if anyone can control that race car, it's Kevin Lacroix. He is very good at going fast.
We have another driver returning to this series full-time this year. Let's go down to Todd with a focus on the Jacobs Racing team.
Yeah, guys, this year we want to make sure that we highlight some of the great work that these hard-working teams do here down on pit lane. So today we're going to focus on the 36 of Alex Labbé. Back to the series, the 2017 champion. A lot of the crew members stayed with Dave Jacobs Racing and didn't follow him south to the Xfinity Series. They're back. They're happy to have their championship-winning driver back. One new member of this team, though, is the crew chief. Ron Easton is back as a crew chief. The veteran of stock car racing has a lot of good information. The two seem to have gelled quickly together. They're going to be pretty comfortable. This team, though, kind of anxious to get over the wall and change some tires pretty soon.
They're going to be busy today, and with Canadian Tire Motorsport Park being the opening event for the series, Dave, where you do have live pit road and it's critical, we often see green flag pit stops, which magnify any mistakes these teams might make.
And with the question marks surrounding the durability of the General Tires here in 2019, as we got a problem, the 67, David Thorndike off the pace, down the back straightaway. But I was going to say Labbé is one of the favorites. He has learned how to take care of tires, especially running in the Xfinity Series down south.
You are absolutely right. Now, I'm not sure if we're going to stay green. Where Dave Thorndike pulled off, and we are under a full course yellow, that's a very fast part of the racetrack, so safety first.
Yeah, you'll be able to see David Thorndike in just a moment. There he is, stopped on the Andretti straightaway, just to the outside. Unfortunately, couldn't get to one of the runoff areas. And that car no longer under power, but an opportunity for some to come down pit lane. There's the 20 car of Gay.
Yeah, Raymond Gay, we're hearing power steering issues possibly on the 20. And there's TJ Renamato in the Holler Magazine number 024.
Want to make a a full shot at the rookie campaign here in 2019. His first oval race will be at Chaudière. We're under caution for the second time here in the Clarington 200. We're still under caution here at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. NASCAR has opened up pit road, and we have pit stops on lap 16.
Well, the pole sitter Gary Clue will pull the 59 in. Quick splash of gas and a wedge adjustment.
Busy pit lane continues. The 74 along pit road, fuel service. The 47 of LP Dumoulin also gets his service. The 27 of Andrew Ranger also firing through after fueling up.
And Jason Hathaway leaves his pit stall with the fuel can still engaged. That's going to cost him, Dave. That'll put him to the end of the longest line for this restart.
Well, Hathaway will have his work cut out for him on the track. Off the track, Alex Tagliani has been working hard this offseason. He's been promoting safe allergy awareness. That's what he was doing at Kimberley Public Beach's alternative school in Toronto. He got together with kids. You see, there he's handing out stickers. They got to decorate those stickers and then decorate his race car here for the Clarington 200. There's a good look at it. A number of more stickers went on there. It is covered, but it looks great.
And if you're a collector, there are pieces of Alex Tagliani's car scattered down the Mario Andretti straightaway from the damage earlier on. But the left side is almost perfect, Dave.
There you can see the Rona EpiPen Chevrolet of Alex Tagliani. He jumps on it as Jocelyn Fecteau in the 77 drops back on the outside.
And clearly Jocelyn Fecteau intentionally did that. I'm not sure. He maybe should have done that before the restart. That 3 wide down into turn 1 is a sketchy proposition as we're on board with Marc-Antoine Cameron still trying to work his way through the pack.
There you see Simoni battling alongside the 36 of Alex Labbé. As they go side by side, a Ford and a Dodge, and it looks like Labbé's going to come out with the upper hand in that dice as they head for turn number 4.
Labbé was talking about something wrong in the powertrain yesterday in qualifying. He said he just couldn't quite get the RPMs out of the car he thought they should be getting. Thought something was binding or dragging. Car seems to be pretty stout here today as we ride on board with Anthony Simoni in the silver line number 1.
You know, just in behind the driver in the 1, not too far back, is the 24 of Donald Teach. Not necessarily known for his road course prowess, but he's having a quietly solid run here today and battling it out with some of the top dogs, Anthony Simoni and Alex Labbé.
And I think if he could stay there till the checkered flag, he'd be quite content.
11th spot, and there we have a problem in turn number 8. It is the 77 of Jocelyn Fecteau up against the tire wall in the Roxor number 77. You see the window net down.
It moved the tire wall, Dave, but not too far. So I dare say he didn't crush the car into the wall, but definitely made good enough damage that he's sitting there putting the window net down, and he will wait for the safety crew to arrive.
We're back under caution here in the Clarington 200. Alex Tagliani is your new race leader. We are still under caution here at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, and some drivers taking advantage of pit road. This is where strategy is coming into play. Todd?
Several teams making the call to go for early tire stops. The 27 of Andrew Ranger will get fresh generals on the left side. Crew moves across now to start working on the right. Same with DJ Kennington, that 17 car. They wanted to stay out a few more laps, but with the caution, they made the call to come. The 3 of Jason Hathaway also making a stop for 4 fresh tires.
We ride along board with Jason Hathaway. Todd just mentioned he's taken on 4 tires. About the only time you get to relax during one of these races is the 15 to 20 seconds while the crew's working on that tire change, Dave.
There you see the damage to Jocelyn Fecteau in the Roxor number 77. The car hauled behind the wall, so his day is done. Lining up side by side for the restart here in the Clarington 200. But we should mention the driver of this car, the number 21 of Jason White. He has 95 career NASCAR starts. He wants to be the first driver from Western Canada with 100 starts, and he will hold that distinction for quite some time. Noel Dowler is next with 60.
And on top of that, Jason White has represented the sport very, very well. A great ambassador for NASCAR and for racing in general, and of course, for Western Canada.
Early adopter adopter of social media as well, very popular on Twitter and Facebook, is Jason White as we go back to green. And now we have a drag race headed towards turn number 2. We have Lacroix on the inside, Tagliani on the outside. Tagliani, smart move to duck in behind the driver, the 74.
He'll have a good run there, settling into second, just ahead of Gary Clute. The fresh tires right now, Dave, are outside of the top 15. Andrew Ranger, Jason Hathaway, DJ Clarington. They've got fresh general tires on those race cars. Everybody at the front still, for the most part, on the tires they started with the exception of Alex Tagliani, who had to take that fresh right rear.
Some damage to the back end of the Spectra Premium 04 of JF Dumoulin, as he's just ahead of the GM Paille number 22 of Marc-Antoine Cameron.
Dumoulin's damage pales in comparison to Marc-Antoine Cameron and the GM Paille number 22. Look at Kevin Lacroix down the Mario Andretti straightaway, opening an advantage. This is almost as big a lead as we've seen this race. We haven't seen the leader get out more than 5-6 car lengths.
You can see the number 59, Gary Clute, tucked up in behind the number 18 of Alex Tagliani. Let's ride on board with your defending series champ.
LP Dumoulin just cruising around. He's been in the top 5, staying in the top 5. As we said, Kevin Lacroix gapping the field just a little bit as we reach the halfway point of this race.
Look at that, though. Battles all the way through this field here as we cross over the halfway point. In the Clarington 200, Kevin Lacroix, your race leader. Alex Tagliani second. Look who is re-emerging. The driver, the 59, Gary Clute, set a brand new track record in qualifying in the TrailCon number 56.
Dave, here's what I don't understand. The general tire, from what we've learned, falls off harder than the tires we've run in the past. You would think when a tire falls off and gets difficult to drive, it would stretch the field out. But we're seeing the most tightly bunched field here at CTMP that I can remember ever. Now, I know we've had a couple of yellows, but still, how do you explain that?
It is tough to explain because the top drivers set their fastest laps 11 laps into this race. They thought the tires were going to fall off drastically. You have to include qualifying and then the start of this race. The tires seem to be holding up very, very well.
Well, they drop off and then they hold up, but we're not seeing Andrew Ranger tear through the field. Perhaps he's conserving tires because he knows everyone ahead of him is going to pit.
I think you might be right.
But Andrew Ranger's not very good at conserving.
It's usually go on a road course, but now you can see the 36 of Alex Labbé has managed to catch this pack, led by the 18 of Alex Tagliani. And hats off to the driver, the 59, Gary Clute. Set a track record in qualifying earlier this weekend. They've tested here 3 times. As a matter of fact, his crew chief, John Fletcher, built software to see what these general tires would do. So putting a long run on the data that they got in those test sessions to see just how well they would last.
Yeah, John Fletcher, of course, working out of the legendary motor car shops. They've been a formidable team, Gary Clute and John Fletcher. A lot of success, running a part-time schedule this year, but boy, oh boy, when you run this competitively, I'm sure it encourages him to want to do more.
Anthony Simone, a handful of wheel. He goes to grab the gear shift, and again, the back end gets happy on the Silverline Tools. Number 1, Simone, running select sports cars races as well. A lot of downforce on those cars. It's a vastly different drive in these NASCAR Pinty Series cars.
And he's good in both. As Gary Clute looks to the inside in turn 8, Tagliani drives deeper into the corner than the 59 Clute. Could he make a move in turn 10? We talked about that off the top of the show. It's become a popular passing zone, and sure enough, he makes the move. Tagliani tried to make a crossover, but just got into the rear quarter panel of Clute, and it kind of ruined his maneuver.
But Tagliani knew he had to close that hole because lurking in the background, the weather check, number 47 of LP Dumoulin.
It's been a road race that races like a short track today. You can't leave the door open when you're being overtaken. You've got to think about defending the next position as Andrew Ranger still mired back in the 12th spot on those fresh tires. You're watching NASCAR on TSN.
Back Back at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, we're just over halfway of this 51-lap affair. Kevin Lacroix leads the Clarington 200. Gary Clute, who was in second, just pitted for his tires a lap ago, and here comes Lacroix.
So crew chiefs Dave White and John Fletcher, who traditionally waited out, elect to take tires fairly early in this one. So does Don Thompson Jr., crew chief of the 74.
Watching the speed limit down this long pit lane here at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park is the driver, the bumper-to-bumper Dodge. He'll find his stall. That's where Todd's standing by. Todd?
One domino falls, now the rest of them beginning to fall. The 74 bunch over the wall to get fresh General tires on the left side of that 74 machine from Kevin Lacroix. Fast, efficient service, now over to the right side. That quick car will be back in the battle very fast.
So interesting, Dave, some of these teams came in under yellow, like Andrew Ranger and DJ Kennington. Other teams, like Gary Clute and Kevin Lacroix, decided to come in under green, which hands the lead over to LP Dumoulin, the WeatherTech 47.
Now, out of the four champions in the race, here are their winning percentages. So there you see Andrew Ranger with a win percentage of 20%. Alex LeBay, not too far off that, a 14.63 winning percentage. DJ Kennington with the most starts has 13.6, and LP Dumoulin win percentage of 7.2. But the non-champions, Adam?
Kevin Lacroix with a 22% win percentage. Alex Tagliani, 11%. Jason Hathaway with a 7.2%. Oh, that's just cruel. Donald Teach with a 4% win percentage. But they had to round it out to 4 of them.
You know what? Everybody's got a chance. That's the beauty of the NASCAR Pinty Series parity. Everybody has a chance to win.
In fairness, in Donald Teach's 4% win percentage, he has like the 90% best interview afterward percentage. That guy gives great quotes.
Tires going on the Spectra Premium 04 of JF Dumoulin. He pitted out of third position on the track, so he'll give up significant track position. But still, his brother LP Dumoulin continues to put in fast laps at the front of the field. He still has not made his pit stop for General Tires.
Alex Tagliani proving that you don't need a full body on these race cars to still make big speed. As we look at JF Dumoulin, the Spectra Premium 04, making his way back onto the racing surface.
Great overhead shot. There's the 91 of Jean-Frédéric Laberge out of Montreal, 45-year-old, making just his second start. Currently running in 6th. Pretty clean race cars. We ride on board the man who's chasing him, Andrew Ranger in the 27.
You know what else I noticed this weekend, Dave? I was walking up the grid looking at race cars. No two drivers have the same gear shift setup. They all use different shapes and sizes for gear knobs and a different layout as well. It's fascinating. They are all unique.
Remember, Andrew Ranger had a pistol grip gear shift lever at one point, and now Ranger going to try and make a move. He tucked it right in there, but had to lock up the right front. Now look at the run as we head towards turn number 1.
Jason Hathaway, I don't think he knows quite what to do. I'm just going to hang out back here. Sort it out amongst yourselves. Let me know when you're done.
Laberge, no stranger to road course racing, comes out of GT racing, so he knows how to get around, and he has pretty much one of the best in the business right on his back bumper right now. But he is defending that position for all it's worth. He's crossways, and here comes Ranger to the inside.
And they both drove it deep into the turn. Oh, my goodness, contact between Laberge and Hathaway. Hathaway almost went up and over the hood of the 91.
The 91 got crooked. This is going to call a full course caution with Laberge sitting in the grass. The exit of turn number 3 is where that happened. So the driver out of Montreal, Quebec, sits in the grass. The car still under power. You can see him looking for a gear, and have a look from Hathaway's perspective.
Laberge was trying to come across the groove, and I think Hathaway wanted to fill that hole. And boy, oh boy, I'll be surprised if Hathaway doesn't have damage to the front end of that race car.
At least he had a white-knuckle ride over the right front corner of the number 91. As we mentioned, full course caution, and now the opportunity for pit stops.
Alex Tagliani has had an adventurous day here in this 18 machine. The right rear taken off in an early altercation. The crew has waited a long time to take these tires. We'll see what it can do for tags here at the finish of this one.
Scheduled service for tires during this caution period. Left side's going on. That 47 WeatherTech Dodge, the two-time champion, came from the lead. Now hopes to get his way back to the front as we dash for the finish line here in the late stages at CTMP.
So LP Dumoulin taking that page out of the Andrew Ranger 2018 playbook. Let's see. He's going to have a long way to go because everybody who is still on the track, Dave, is still on the lead lap.
Brett Taylor in for service as well. He'll get his new General tires as the field will sort itself out. Andrew Ranger, who pitted much earlier, is your new race leader. Welcome back to the NASCAR Pinty Series here on TSN. We're preparing for restart number 4. The field lines up on the front straightaway, back under green, and we're into the final few laps here of the Clarington 200. Now 10 laps to go. As Jason Hathaway up to the outside in through turn number 1. Now he'll duck in behind your race leader, Andrew Ranger.
Did you notice how fast the pace was leading to that restart, Dave? I think Andrew Ranger, knowing that he's on older tires, you don't want to have to accelerate too hard as Hathaway looks to the outside going into turn number 3. But by keeping a faster pace coming to the green, you don't run the risk of spinning your tires.
We have to take a look at some of the cars in the top 5. As a matter of fact, your race leader in a DJK race car. Then you have 3rd place of DJ Kennington in a DJK race car. And 4th place, Riley Herbst having a quietly solid day. That one also prepared out of the DJK shop. So very quietly, that team having a pretty good afternoon here in Bowmanville.
I remember someone talking about Jason Hathaway earlier saying at the end of these road course races, he often finds himself near the front. And 2nd place, Dave, is very near the front. Sorry, I had to pat myself on the back. I knew you weren't going to do it.
I know, you take your opportunities where you get them, but we should mention, too, Jason Hathaway, a winner here at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park back in 2015. He knows how to get things done. Look at Clute down to the inside of Riley Herbst. A little contact. Herbst, I think, was surprised by that move. Lacroix is going to say thank you very much as he'll pull up in behind the 59 once again.
Lacroix matching Clute move for move as they inch their way towards the front. Clute sliding up to the outside coming off of turn number 1. Lacroix looks to the outside into 2, but I think he's more setting him up for a run at turn 3 right here.
You know, it's interesting between these two cars, and we have to thank our statistician Bryce Turner for this. The last time Gary Clute sat on pole, he won the race. The last time Kevin Lacroix sat on the outside of the front row, he won the race. So who's going to win here today?
Tough call. They've got a long way to go, and laps are winding down. We're into the last 10 laps of this race. Just 9 laps to go, and look at them close in on Kennington towards turn 5.
TJ Ritamato, problems in the 0-2 through the grass. He gathers it back up. No harm, no foul. A big-time learning experience, though.
Andrew Ranger starting to gap the field. He's opened up an advantage on Hathaway, but here goes Clute with a big draft heading towards turn number 8.
DJ Kennington, a veteran here in the NASCAR Pinty Series, entering his 13th season. But Clute, the smiling assassin, will pick up that spot to the inside of turn number 8. And look at Lacroix follow him through as well.
I'm telling you, Lacroix's not going to leave an opportunity on the table. They're up to 3rd and 4th.
Riding on board, the bumper-to-bumper Dodge of Kevin Lacroix.
I sometimes get mesmerized when we go to the onboards. It's just so much fun to listen and watch as they close in on Jason Hathaway down through turn number 2, and problems for Brett Taylor.
The CBRD Dodge at the CBRT shop is Brett Taylor, and slows down the back straightaway. The driver from Calgary, Alberta, campaigning a full season here in 2019. No full course caution yet. He stopped in similar position to David Thorndike earlier in this race. That one did call for a full course, but we're still under green right now.
Heading down off of turn 4, down into 5. Lacroix was looking to the inside, but the yellow flag is being displayed, and we are under caution. This is going to lead to a short sprint to the finish.
And it is going to be exciting. Come back, and we'll watch the chase to the checkers. Ranger, your leader. The field all lined up and ready to go here at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. We're back under green quickly as we get set for the final 3 laps of the Clarington 200.
A 3-lap shootout the stars are all at the front of this one. Andrew Ranger leads them out of turn number 1, but Kevin Lacroix takes over the second spot.
Let's turn back the clock one season, Adam Ross. Last year, it was Kevin Lacroix in the catbird seat. He was leading in the final few laps, but it was Andrew Ranger who used the bumper to try and get the win. Unfortunately for both those drivers, it didn't work. The 47 of LP Dumoulin came through, and he picked up the checkered flag.
Let's go back a couple more seasons to when Gary Clute was running in the third position. I believe it was Andrew Ranger and Scott Steckley battling for the win. They took each other out in turn 10. Gary Clute snuck through to take the checkered flag.
There's no guarantees in life, but we're always guaranteed a good finish here at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park in the NASCAR Pinty Series.
Watch them snake down the long Mario Andretti straightaway. I would call that almost a dead heat between Ranger and Lacroix.
You saw it a little bit further back in the battle for fourth spot. Jason Hathaway and the 47. Dumoulin side by side. Now this is for the lead. Lacroix is in the shadow of the Mopar 27.
2 laps to go. Remember how NASCAR overtime works, Dave. Once they take the white flag, the next flag ends the race. We have seen fireworks year in and year out here, and the top 3 have pulled away. It looks as though they're going to settle it amongst themselves.
You know, the officials here at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, we have to take our hats. It's been hats off to them. It's been a wonderful weekend. Miles, Ron, and Carlo, they always run an A-class affair here.
And the fans have shown up in the thousands to watch this race. Look at the battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th. 1st to 3rd, nose to tail. 4th, 5th, and 6th. They are duking it out.
In through turn 5, and we got a car in the wall. It's the GM Paille number 22 of Marc-Antoine Cameron as he's getting his bearings. That's the exit of turn 4, heading up to turn 5. He'll refire. Big damage to the back end of that Chevy Camaro.
That was a hard impact for sure, as still the top 3 nose to tail. A car length between each of these drivers as they head towards turn 8.
And we are still under green. No caution for that incident in turn number 4. Lacroix pressuring the 27 of Andrew Ranger. Ranger crossways out of turn 8. Here comes Lacroix to the inside in turn 10 for the race lead. Neil Hammond.
Ranger going to try to cross him over. Gets to the inside, down into turn number 1. The white flag in the air. They're crashing. Crashing turn number 10 behind them.
I think that was Riley Herbst in the Monster Energy number 28, but still on board Andrew Ranger into turn number 2. Lacroix will hold the inside.
And Ranger slid down between Lacroix and Gary Clute. He'll try another run. Remember, we've seen Lacroix getting loose through turn 4. Ranger's got to be thinking turn number 5.
Ranger has to be careful not to open up the door because the 59 will plug that hole. Here is a good passing opportunity coming up in turn number 5 as they exit turn 4. Lacroix crossways.
Oh my goodness, Kevin Lacroix almost lost it. Ranger right up to the rear bumper in 5.
Lacroix in a drift car in turn number 4 manages somehow to hang on to the lead.
Up through the gears on this long back straightaway for one last time. Dave, the wreck in turn 10 is cleared. We are not going to be under caution.
Andrew Ranger trying to use the draft one more time down the Andretti straightaway. But it is Kevin Lacroix who's opening up a cushion on second place. The bumper-to-bumper number 74 of Kevin Lacroix will work his way through turn number 9.
Down into turn 10, Ranger not close enough. Kevin Lacroix going to win round number 1 of the 2019 NASCAR Pinty Series over Andrew Ranger and Gary Clute.
So Kevin Lacroix strikes first in the Dodge as the team celebrates. Don Thompson Jr., his crew chief, making a winning call in the strategy department, and that is your Mopar winning moment.
What a battle. And we've often seen Kevin Lacroix and Andrew Ranger pull up alongside of one another after a race. I'm not sure it's usually a thumb in the air. Great to see them duke it out like that.
After taking a minute to get a cold drink of water, after a hard-working afternoon here on the 10-turn challenging course at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, Kevin Lacroix is out victorious once again. His 4th victory at this track. He had one that looked to be in his hands a year ago, but this season he starts off with another win. Your team said before the start of this year, your championship is on your mind. What a way to start with a victory today.
Yeah, all we need is same speed as last year, but better luck, and that's what we had today. Early in the race, I bent the toe in front with a contact, but the car was still running good at the end. And easy when the car is perfect like this. We have the best car on the track, and maybe one of the best drivers. So yeah, super happy for the points and for the win.
Congratulations, Kevin Lacroix, victorious in round number 1 here at CTMP.
And maybe one of the best drivers. I think that's an understatement, Dave.
I would say so. 11 career wins for Kevin Lacroix. Look, Hathaway comes home inside the top 5. LeBay 7th. DJ Kennington, Jason White a top 10 here in the 21.
We're with Andrew Ranger. Andrew, that last restart, you got to think you're in the right spot. You're leading, you're feeling good, and it gets away from you. Talk about the end of that race for us.
Well, we tried to do a different strategy than everybody, and we pit early, a little bit early than everybody with the tires. So at the end, I was starting to miss tire a little bit, and I knew he's coming, and we kluged, and Kevin did a great move. He passed me on the inside, and I didn't want to do what happened last year, so I tried to play safe, and I will take that second position. It's good for the point, good for Mopar. So my team very happy. We have a good car, but you know what? Racing is racing, and Kevin did a great job.
Gary Clute started on pole, finished with a podium result. You had a strong car all day long.
Yeah, I mean, the TrailCon Dodge, it was good all day. Struggled just a little bit. Probably made the wrong call at the end there. Just wanted to be patient with 2 to go, and then didn't quite have enough time, and didn't want to, really get too rough there at the end. And good result for the guys. Happy for TrailCon.
Great job by Gary Clute, finishing on the podium in round 1.
Well, let's take a look at the point standings after one event. Of course, Kevin Lacroix is out in front. Andrew Ranger, really, this is anyone's game at this point.
The big thing, and you see it right here, is that 5-point cushion when you score a win. All the rest of the positions are 1 point, so every win you can get means that much more, Dave.
Big smiles in victory lane for Kevin Lacroix. The opening round of the NASCAR Pinty Series has been brought to you by E3 Spark Plugs, born to burn. By Silver Wax. And by Honey Goo from Clean Flow. One honey of a lube.
Well, Dave, from the road course here at CTMP, we're headed back to the Ovals Jucasa Motor Speedway in 2 weeks. Promises to be a great race.
It was great the couple times we went last year from all of us here at Fuel Media Lab. We'll see you there.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.